We are in the great state of Oregon, out on Cannon Beach. But this is the start of our Oregon coast / Oregon inland vlog. We're walking in the shadow of this giant stack right now. But as you can see, the beach just keeps going and going and going. This is my first time to the coast. Rebecca's second time to the coast. But it should be fun. Cannon Beach is a little oceanside city, very beach towny, very, very cute. We decided we're gonna move out here when we get like $1.2 to $2 million. So look for that update.
There's a couple for sale that are oceanfront.
And tonight we are driving an hour south of here to camp for the night in another state park. And then in the morning, we're gonna wake up and drive towards Bend, Oregon.
So apparently this is an RV park, but we don't have an RV. It all points right to that. I set myself aside, lead the way on this trial. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change.
Ryan's wearing Birkenstocks and socks in the sand. His toes are covered in sand.
It's a fashion statement that I came unprepared. We got here just in time for sunset. It was awesome. The remnants of it. Time to go set up the tent. Good morning.
I know we're going somewhere.
The strongest coffee you've ever seen. Yeah, that'll help. Just dump that whole thing in there.
Nehalem Bay State Park, where we camped last night, is 4.5 hours from Seattle, and then we're driving another hour and a half-ish to Lincoln City to do the God's Thumb hike, which is further south.
And we're driving Highway 101, which goes along the Oregon coast. I feel like we're doing a poor job at vlogging, but there are so many cute little coastal beach towns that we're driving through. Definitely worth checking out if you take this drive. Seaside, yeah. Astoria,
Cannon Beach,
which we again barely vlogged. We also stopped we didn't really mention this yesterday, but we stopped at another state park on our way to Cannon Beach called Ecola. State Park, which overlooks the sea stacks of Cannon Beach.
For directions to the creamery, press or say 2.
We are at the Tillamook Cheese Creamery.
But it's closed today. I wanted some cheese.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on at Tillamook today. There's caterers, there's fresh, brand new BMWs outside with cameras all on the dashes of the cars. And it looks like they're here for like a promotional thing. We'll update in a second.
Parked in the middle of the way.
Thank you.
To leave a message. Hi, where do I get my cheese?
Upon further investigation, they are filming a movie, and we're wondering what type of movie is being filmed at the Tillamook Cheese Factory.
I assume it's a documentary on like Tillamook?
It's probably an action film or something. I guess we're not going to the source of Tillamook cheese today, unfortunately. Sorry, vlog.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn.
So we made a pit stop at Cape Kiwanda, which is like halfway between Manzanita and Lincoln City.
Look at where people have walked on this trail. This is a drop down into the water, and people have walked all the way down to the edge of it, just above the rocks. Rebecca's back here, and then on the back side of me, which we maybe will drop in a photo, is a sheer cliff that drops down into the water as well. Cut to 2 hours later, we are at God's Thumb after our pit stops and taking our sweet time. We're walking to the knoll right now, and it turns out it is the long version. We're trying to determine which route to take because there used to be a hike that was just 2 miles, but we think that the trail got moved and now it's 4.3 miles. The short version is now on private property, and that's a no-go because like getting arrested for trespassing is not what we want to do in Oregon.
It's like 2.5 or 2 and change miles in.
Woodpecker right there.
This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. Ooh, we are dreamers of the shore when we can't read the sky.
This was quite the short slash adventurous hike. And there's this steep valley, and the original trail we think came from like over there, kind of coming out of the woods there and through the meadow. There's like 6 people up there right now. And photo. You're gonna have to tell us if it looks like a thumb, because I think it does. Don't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You'll see in the drone footage me walking this ridge, but it's pretty steep. Drop off on that side. Drop off on this side.
We are on our way out from the thumb. Fog is rolling back in. Woo-hoo.
A brief moment of sunshine.
And now we are headed out because we still have, depending on if we change our plans or not, we still potentially have like 4.5 hours of driving. And that's not with including the time at stops. So, whew, we better get going. And we're back. And now we're headed to Bend. We have to skip Depot Bay, unfortunately, because we are running out of time. It's getting dark, and we got to go to Bend, and then we're gonna go 30 minutes south to Lapine State Park, where we rented a cabin for the night. We're making a pit stop. Thanks, Target. So we're at a gas station in Springfield, which is just outside Eugene. And you can't pump your own gas in Oregon. So there's a service guy here to pump our gas which is the weirdest phenomenon to me. So he came up to our window and grabbed our credit card and asked what we want.
I love it.
What are you doing? Good.
Checking it?
I was wondering if you guys had any rooms. We do.
Yeah, just for the tonight, sir?
Yes.
Can I see your ID and your credit card, please?
As you can tell, we are not in a cabin, and that is my fault.
So, the drive to the cabin would have been another 2 hours already. Well, now it's 9:15, but it was about 8:15 when we were thinking about this. We realized that we have no way to get into the cabin in a state park, in a campground, and there was no code. We had to contact the camp host. Quiet hours were 10 p.m., so we would have gotten there after quiet hours. And also the cabin had no bedding, no towels. We were kind of concerned about the cleanliness, COVID-wise. And here we are.
And who booked that cabin? I booked that cabin. So, we're not gonna talk about how expensive that cabin was. All right, Bethany, sign off the vlog.
Bye. Wear your mask. Remember, stay outside. Unless you're my family, in which case...
Stay inside.
Stay inside.
Anyway, this is where we're gonna end this vlog, and we will start another one in the morning. Bye.
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 After our impromptu stay at La Quinta, thank you La Quinta Springfield for hosting us. We are headed to Smith Rock State Park that's kind of, 30 minutes above Bend, Oregon. Right now we're kind of halfway in between Salem and Bend, which is one of the places that was hit pretty heavily with the forest fires this year. So it's a pretty intense scene driving through here. It kind of just shows you the actual impact of these significant fires that are happening seemingly every year now. But Smith Rock State Park, we're gonna head out there. We don't have a plan for hiking or anything. We're kind of just gonna wing it. So we will update when we get there. We are at Smith Rock State Park. Well, technically, we're a mile outside Smith Rock State Park because the parking lot is completely full. So everyone's parking on the street way outside the park and walking in.
Smith Rock. We didn't research any hikes or any major sights to see, so we're just fully winging it going in.
We think this is what we read about, that this is the 3,200 foot cliff face that's been cut by, you can't really see it, but down here is what's called the Crooked River that I'm sure we'll have shots of here in a minute. And this is considered one of the birthplaces of American sport climbing. So it's been a really popular place for rock climbing for the last probably more than 60 years, even before it was established as a state park. As we're walking through here, we're seeing why it's one of the most popular parks in Oregon. There is so much to see. Unfortunately, we only have 2 hours to spend here, but you could spend multiple days here, which I'm sure people do all the time. But there are climbing routes everywhere, but it's just one of the coolest parks that we've ever been to. and definitely a must-see if you are remotely close to Central Oregon. As we're walking out of Smith Rock State Park, I want to shout out Nikki and Miles. This is only like 4, maybe 4.5 hours from Newport. So the next time you're out here, rock climbing. Here we go.
We were just saying how crazy Oregon is because in less than 2 hours, we were in desert. To terrain like this.
So we are headed down from Mount Hood. We went directly from Smith Rock State Park up to Mount Hood, which is the tallest mountain in Oregon, to meet Rebecca's college friend, Sophie.
We went up to the Timberline Lodge, which the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, crosses over. So if you hike the PCT, you will go over the Timberline Lodge, which was cool. We hiked on the PCT for, I don't know, a little while. Not very long.
At least 60 miles.
Yeah, at least 60 miles. So now we are on our way back down the mountain, and we're going to attempt to find a dispersed camping spot for tonight, once again with very little plans. The spot we were looking at was kind of right around Trillium Lake, which overlooks Mount Hood, and that road is closed, so
It's about 7:30 a.m. the next morning. We found a dispersed camping site just down the road from Mount Hood. Rebecca is still in the tent sleeping, so I'm going to try and make some tea to bring to her to wake up. Good morning.
thank you.
It's I'm gonna leave it right here because it's super hot.
Thank you.
Good morning. How'd you sleep?
Fine.
Just fine.
Just fine. But that's good in a camp situation.
This morning we are heading to a waterfall. I don't really know that much about it, so I'm going to let Rebecca tell you more about it.
Multnomah Falls is where we're headed, and it's the tallest waterfall in Oregon at 620 feet. And this region is called the Columbia Gorge, which has over 90 waterfalls in this area. But I believe this one is the most popular, so that's why we're here. Let's go.
So the last place you saw us was Multnomah Falls. We've driven for like an hour and a half back into Washington, and we're now at Mount St Helens, which is the 35th tallest peak in Washington, and it's most famous for its 1980 eruption, which was the deadliest and most significant eruption that's happened in the United States. and it killed 57 people. And right now we're walking into the visitor center to see what we can learn about the mountain, and then we'll head up a little higher.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Calling sick in the morning, baby, don't leave. They don't need to know we're out here wild and free.
So we are gonna end up turning around from Mount St. Helens. It's another 30 minutes on this road, but the further you go up, the foggier it gets. So driving up there is kind of pointless right now. So we're gonna turn around and head back to Seattle. It should probably take us like maybe 2 or 3 hours to get back to Seattle, but this is where we will end this video. Thanks for watching.
So